We're going to look at an app that teaches you to apply the rules for marking accent marks on words in Spanish. This app is called Accent Marker, and we've already plugged into a particular word group, and we're going to look at how the rules for marking accent marks are incorporated into this app. With these words in word group 7, and I'll show you what word group 7 is in just a second. I'll show you a list of words. But we've already chosen a word, and the word is también. And we've processed that word, or we're in the middle of processing that word through this word set processor. And so the rules say that if a word ends in a vowel, an N, or an S, and the stress is not on the next to last syllable, it will get an accent mark on the stressed syllable. And the stressed syllable is a syllable that gets pronounced with more force of voice. And all words with more than one syllable will have a stressed syllable. In other words, one of the syllables is stressed more than the other syllables. In this case, the app will identify these stressed syllables in these words, and it also divides the word into syllables so it's easy for you to tell. So the stressed syllable here is también, and you can listen to the word pronounced by tapping on that speaker. So the last syllable is stressed, which means the next to last syllable is not stressed, and that's where your focus is. And since the word ends in a vowel N or an S, the next to last syllable is not stressed, it will get an accent mark. And so when you place the mark over the vowel of the stressed syllable, we're going to go and place that mark over the lower vowel. If you try to place it over that I, it will tell you you can't put it there, and so go place it over that lower vowel, which is an E. And we're going to go and look at a list of these. Well, let's go back and first and look at these lessons. So you can remember, there's different ways of remembering how to divide the vowels I and U from A, E, and O. And depending on what you call them in the textbooks, they call them weak and strong vowels, and there's a couple other terms they use. In this video and in this app, we call them upper and lower vowels as a function of when you pronounce these words, the position of your tongue in your mouth when you pronounce these vowels, the position of your tongue in your mouth when they're pronounced. I and U, your tongue moves to the upper part of your mouth, and A, E, and O, your tongue moves to the lower part. And the words we were looking at, you can go and look at these screens here that'll tell you about diphthongs, and that a diphthong is a word that has a syllable with two vowels in it. So it's really not that challenging. You just have two vowels within a syllable. And what makes it easier is when the app is dividing the word into syllables. And let's go take a look one more time. Words in word group 7. We'll just pick one. There's your verb. There's a verb that's conjugated for you, conoció. And this word does end in a vowel N or an S. And the stress is not on the next to last syllable. It's on the last syllable. There's the two vowels for you again. And there is an accent mark, and we're going to place it over that lower vowel. And you can go study that lesson screen, and it'll tell you, yes, you did process that word correctly. So after you process several words through word group 7, you start getting the pattern. You will remember the pattern such that you don't need the app to mark those particular words. And you can go and practice other word groups. A good word group to practice with word group 7 is word group 1. And we're going to make another video that you can see the similarities of word group 1 and word group 7, although there is one difference, and we will focus on that when we work on word group 1. This app is called Accent Marker, and it teaches you to apply, not just to learn the rules, but to be able to apply and acquire the application of those rules. In other words, you become proficient at marking words in Spanish. All words in Spanish either get a mark or they don't. And thank you for your time. I hope this video helped you.